Every single NBA fan has wondered how great the Mavericks would be if Luka had a second star alongside of him, and today we are finally going to find out. In today's video, I'm giving myself one season to try to win a title with the Dallas Mavericks, meaning we will need to acquire another star to help out Luka, so let's jump right into it. And taking a look at the current Mavs roster, you look at it and you don't see that second star, obviously. Wood, Dinwiddie, Hardaway Jr., Finney-Smith, not it. We definitely need to go out and get that second star to help Luka out, which means, probably trading some of the core guys, but I think it'll be worth it, to finally give the Mavs and Luka that, second star that they can rely on and, make plays for them and hopefully win a championship. Before making this video, I thought long and hard about, which player would make sense to put next to Luka and who would actually, I would be able to trade for. Durant would be impossible, but kind of that secondary star. And a couple names stuck with me, and those are the guys I tried to trade for in this video. One being Zach LaVine. And I know what you're going to say. Maybe it doesn't make sense for the Bulls. Why would they trade LaVine? But, I mean, if the Bulls go downhill in the next year or two, you never know. It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to. But this is the one that made it probably made the most sense. And LaVine is a great player, so I think, this is where I went with this one. As you can tell, it's going to take a ton to get LaVine, starting off kind of building the trade around Wood and Tim Hardaway Jr. in first-round picks. But as you can see here, the Bulls just won't nudge. They won't do it. I'm doing Wood, Tim Hardaway Jr., and 4 first-round picks, and they're like, nah, we're not doing that. So even Dinwiddie, who has a little more value, they're still saying no. So we at that point, I kind of decided to look elsewhere and see if another trade would make sense, and then maybe we can all come back to the LaVine one if we need to. But that's where, as you saw him pop up for a second, that's where I came to Bradley Beal. I think he's a star would be possible to trade for and would also make some sense around Luka. He's not the huge name, first team All-NBA kind of guy, but he is, a star. And like I said in my first rebuild, I want these to be somewhat realistic. I don't want to trade for, Jokic or someone because, okay, the Nuggets just are never going to trade Jokic, right? So I think that made a lot of sense. But I think my plan was, from this point, was kind of to just let things play out. None of the teams were budging on any of the trades, so I figured we'll come back to it when hopefully the Wizards are losing and they're more willing to sell Bradley Beal, which is what I'm doing now. I simmed 3 or 4 weeks, and now I'm coming back to it, and the Wizards agreed to the offer. So it was Wood, Dinwiddie, and then the first round picks for Beal. So now we have Beal on the squad. And we're not done yet. We're not done making moves. There's still more to come. And I do, like I said before, I do like the Beal fit with Doncic, but I still really wanted LaVine. So as you'll see here, I am going to take Beal and try to flip him for LaVine, but, you'd think maybe it's possible, but they just would not budge. As you'll see here, we're looking at Miles Turner now. I think, a good big guy who can stretch the floor with Doncic and Beal is going to be great. And, the Pacers probably will trade Miles Turner in real life. So it is, also realistic as, a trade option. So I think we did overpay. I will admit. Oh, by the way, I did some quick flipping trades before the Miles Turner trade to get Boucher and to get other assets, basically. I just cut those out because it just wasn't very interesting. But yeah, that's what led me to get Miles Turner. And yeah, so I like our little starting rotation now. Doncic, Beal, Turner, Finney-Smith, Hardaway Jr. We are still a piece or two on the bench away, I think, but the starting lineup is solid in my opinion. I like it. So right there, you saw we were trying to trade for Gary Payton Jr. Or Gary Payton II, not Jr., sorry. So Bullock, first round pick, and we acquire Gary Payton. So that's gonna be a good six-man in my opinion. Just a good defensive-minded six-man to come in and just cover for Doncic, Beal, whoever. So I really, really like the fit of Gary Payton. Can still shoot it a little bit, B+3, but the A+ perimeter defense is what I'm looking at, and that's huge when you have, guys like Doncic and Beal on the team, not known for defense. Bring in that defensive-minded guard wing. We also went out and signed Eric Paschall was a free agent, so we picked him up for about $4 million. And he's just going to be that good eighth man, whatever he is. So yeah, I was happy with that move. So jumping back into the simulation now, we are 16-10, so not a bad start. And that was pretty much before we made, all of those big moves. The Turner, the Paschall. Not that Paschall was a big move, but acquiring. So this is what the rotation's going to be for the regular season. Obviously, that'll change come postseason as far as minutes and everything. But yeah, this is what the rotation's going to be. Obviously, you see the starting lineup, which I mentioned before. Solid. Gary Payton as that sixth man. And then, Dwight Powell, not a bad backup big as our seventh man, taking some of the minutes when Turner's on the bench. And then, obviously, the newly acquired Paschall is our eighth guy. And then Raul Neto, just throw him in there for, 15 to 20 minutes, 15, 18 minutes. And, he can be the backup, kind of point guard. So, yeah, back to the simulation here. Set 18-10. Not bad. Drop 2 there. So we're not looking bad. We're a little above 500. Hopefully we can make a run once the chemistry already is at 100%. So that's interesting. You would think we'd start clicking here soon because of that, and just because of all the upgrades we have made. And around the midway point of the season, I'm gonna make sure to show you guys kind of the stats and standings, but especially the stats, how the new guys are playing. That's something I totally didn't remember to do the last rebuild, my first rebuild I did. So I'm, making sure to do that so you can see how everyone's performing. Jumping back into the simulation, we're creeping, the record's creeping up better as we dropped 2 games. We're beating a lot of good teams. I feel like a lot of the games we maybe should be winning we're dropping, but we are beating. So we beat the Jazz there by 43. We dropped 147 on the Pistons. Yeah, and back-to-back games of 140 plus. Not bad. And you would think our offense, should be amazing with Beal and Doncic. And I just think the fit of our team also makes a lot of sense too, so that helps. But yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the stats, which... Yeah, at first I was confused. I was showing me the totals, but I wanted the per game stats. So we're going to jump right back into it with the per game here. So we can see that Luka, 34, 11, and 10 basically. Beal, 29 for Beal on the same team as Luka is unreal. And you can see the shooting percentages too from Luka, 50% from the field, Beal, 52% from the field. And from 3, they're shooting it well, too. 43 for Luka, 41 for Beal. The other guys, you got Finney-Smith shooting 40% from 3. So, it looks like the guys are clicking and performing well. Everyone's shooting, above average from 3. And, we got a few in the 40s. So, you like to see that. Jumping into the standings then to see where we're at. We're in 4th, but we're only 2.5 back of the 1 seed. So at the midway point of the season, it's still possible we get the 1 seed. Honestly, I think we're just as good, if not better, than most teams in the West. So we'll have to see how things play out. As you see, we're at the All-Star break now, and at this point, I'm kind of thinking that we're 38-23. We're just winning. We keep winning games. So I kind of like how our team is right now, and I think we're just going to keep our roster the way it is until the playoffs and through the end of the season. And we can see if this is the team that takes us to the promised land. I don't have to worry about, contract extensions either, because I'm only just doing this year, so that doesn't matter. But Yeah, so we're wrapping up the regular season here. 52, 53 wins. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be a 54-win team. That's solid. Luka, MVP, monster year. Super efficient as well. Paolo, rookie. Andre Drummond, six-man. I don't know how that happened. AD, Defensive Player of the Year. Cade, Most Improved. Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year. And we'll look at the All-NBA teams. Luka, obviously, All-NBA first team. And then I don't believe we had anyone else on any of the... Oh, no, Luka was on All-Defensive first team? Okay. Not sure how that happened, but yeah, Luka's on an all-defensive team, so that's interesting. And as you can see here, we did get the 1 seed. So I'm a little surprised we were the 1 seed. I thought we'd be like a 2-3 seed, somewhere in there, but... I'll take the 1 seed. And as you saw, we are facing LeBron, AD, and the LA Lakers in the first round. So it should be tough. I mean, I think we still are the better team. I just think, we still probably have the best player in this series, and I like our depth a little more, even though we're not that deep. I still like our 8-man rotation a lot, and like I said, I think we still have the best player in the series, most likely. So, just because Luka's a glitch in the simulation, so that helps. And yeah, so that's our rotation. I also wanted to come over here to the sim points of emphasis, and it makes sense to play through Luka, right? So I went with play through star. That's going to be our offensive focus, and then defensive focus. We are playing the Lakers, so I think it makes sense to take away their shots at the rim. So protect the paint is what we went with. You obviously don't have to worry. You don't have to stress about it, the sharpshooters on the Lakers. So we'll go protect the paint. That probably makes the most sense. And that's what we're going to roll with here. Let's see how we do in this series against the Lakers. We'll simulate game 1. We win. Game 2, we lose. Let's keep going, though. Game 3, we win. 4, we win. Come on, end it. Let's go. 4-1 against the Lakers. That's a good sign. That's a really, really good sign, as now we play the Clippers in the second round. And we'll see if there's any adjustments I want to make. Just maybe play around with these guys' minutes a little bit, but otherwise I think I'm going to kind of keep the rotation the same. It worked out well last series. Yeah, we're going to keep it at 9, although, Neto, we're not going to play much more than, 6-7 minutes a game. Just up Doncic and Beal's minutes a little bit. Finney-Smith maybe a little bit. We're going to keep play through star with Luka. That makes the most sense. Defensive focus. I was thinking about the Clippers, and I started out as limit perimeter shots. I know, they have a lot of 3-and-D type guys. Paul George obviously likes taking those threes. Even Kawhi some. So I went with that. See how we do. Game 1's a win. As you see here, Luka, 43-point triple-double, and Beal added 40. So those two just absolutely carried game 1. Beal's doing his job. Game 2, we drop. Game 3, we lose. We're down 2-1 in the series. Being down 2-1, I think it made sense at this point to switch up the rotation and everything. We cut Neto out of the rotation, keep it at an 8-man rotation, and Pascal's only getting 11 minutes. So we're really, we're going all in on our stars. Luka, 43 minutes. Beal, 41 minutes. Hardaway is gassed, and the suggested minutes is not that high, so we're just going to keep it around 27 for him. And then, obviously, Finney-Smith. Turner's high. Gary Payton's going to be around 28. And, that's... we have four more minutes kind of to play around with, so we'll bump up some of these guys' minutes quick. But Luka, 43 minutes, Beal 42, so we're going all in. The game plan, I actually don't know if I'm going to play through star, and we're going to keep the game plan the same. Let's see how we do. As you see here, the limit threes actually didn't really work out for us. That was our game plan, and they shot 17 of 14 on threes. Or 17 of 40, and so we gave up 43s. How is this our game plan? Clearly we're not really doing a great job of limiting them. So at that point, I kind of just figured it made sense to change it back to neutral. because the other strategy wasn't really working. So let's see how we do. Tie it up at 2. Go up 3-2. Come on, end it, end it, end it, end it. We do. And we go ahead and face the Blazers in the conference finals. I like this matchup. Not to get ahead of myself, but I do like the matchup. As you see, it is, the Blazers roster from this year. Lillard, it's the same. Lillard, Simons, and the whole squad. So, yeah, I think I like our chances. I'm going to adjust things once again. I'm going to bring down these guys' minutes just slightly because I don't want to kill them early on in the series. If we get in, even if it gets to 1-1, I'll probably bump them up, bump their minutes up. But I think for now, I'm going to keep their minutes a little lower. And defensive focus against the Blazers, I just think it makes sense to limit the perimeter shots. Obviously their guards want to be chucking those shots up. We win game 1, take game 2. Game 3 we take. Can we sweep them? Nope. Gentlemen sweep. We do. We are on to the NBA Finals. Luka Doncic, Western Conference Finals MVP. And, Blazers in the conference finals, Bulls in the finals. I don't know how this Bulls team was a 1 seed and made the finals. This is, their team from this year in real life. So we'll see how it goes. I do like our chances, though. And NBA Finals, everything's on the line. We have to go all out. So we're cutting Neto from the rotation, keeping it at 8, and bumping up our stars' minutes. Turner's going to be playing 37. Doncic and Beal going to be playing 40 plus. So we're going all out. And against the Bulls, I'm trying to think what makes sense for the defensive focus. Probably just neutral. Protect the paint, you could also say, but neutral, I guess. We'll keep it at that. See how we do. Game number 1, NBA Finals. Started off right. Come on. Boom. 1-0. Didn't mean to do that. Jumping into game 2, we win. Come on, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. 2-1, 3-1. And yeah, I'm going to go with Simcast here. See if we can close it out here in game 5. Good lead to start. Good lead to start. Okay, I like it. Oh, they came back for a little bit. But we're kind of pulling away. Entering the 4th and final quarter, hopefully. Up 20 here. Still about 20. Still 3 minutes left. We can taste it. And we get it done and win a championship. Luka Doncic, Bradley Beal, Miles Turner, Dorian Finney-Smith, Tim Hardaway get the job done. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA Finals champions. So I didn't really end up with the top guy I even wanted for this video in Zach LaVine. We got Bradley Beal, and it could not have worked out any better. Beal was an absolute monster in this video, as you guys saw, and was one of the main reasons we won this title. And speaking of monster performances, Luka in the finals went 39, 13, and 9, basically. 50, 44 shooting splits. Insane. But yeah, guys, this rebuild was definitely a success. And for future rebuild videos or just any other, simulation type videos, let me know if you guys have any ideas in the comments, and I'm willing to do any. But yeah, peace out.